Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Yes, today is a better day. I say that because my sinuses are finally, after 3 weeks, starting to heal. I don't know if you've been realizing that a lot of my videos for the last 3 weeks have been very nasally. I could not breathe, man. Whew. Still having a little problem, but it's coming a little bit more from, here instead of. So, but hey, listen, that's enough about me. Let's get into today's subject. It's all about men just walking away. Men are not approaching women. Things are looking dismal, my friend. Dismal. Yeah, and women are realizing it, and they are getting a little bit concerned, my friend.
I have been so hesitant to post about this for two reasons. Number one, I don't like negativity, and I don't want to be like the bearer of bad news. Number two, I didn't want to believe it. But after doing so much research and getting a lot of messages, I'm going to just deliver the unvarnished truth to you guys. I'm just going to lay it out straight. We're in a dating crisis. Not basically, we are. That's what's happening. So let me look at my research here because I don't want to mess it up. So men looking for casual dates and our relationships is down 50%, 50, since 2019. Not since 1970, since 2019, right before the pandemic, down 50%. They're not fucking, which means if you're a woman looking, they don't fucking give a shit. So as this trend continues, by 2040, 45% of women, 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single and childless based on this trend. Let that sink in for a moment.
Yeah, she's finally waking up and realizing that there's a problem. Tell me again how this whole feminism and this whole gynocentric society working out for you ladies. Please tell me how that's working out for you.
And I get into an Uber on the way home because I can't go have a drink like I wanted to because I have this giant fucking bag full of shit to carry around. And I get in this Uber and it's this 75-year-old woman with her dogs. And she won't stop talking about her dogs and, like, how she got an oil change. And what'd you do tonight? Was the comedy show good? And, like, I'm being nice and polite, but all I can think about is, like, this is going to be me.
I was watching the Shisha Jed channel this morning, the Coffee Pot. And he had a video on this woman saying, oh, yeah, it's time for things to change where women go out into the workplace and men stay at home with the kid. Just some bizarre shit. Bizarre things that this whole female push is putting into women's head. Here's the problem I have, ladies. For all of the ladies that watch my channel, you all have to start pushing back on the crazy women that are talking nuts. I mean, literally the worst ideas ever in the name of feminism that is destroying society. The reality is simply this. The idea that we are no longer having relationships and women think that that's a good thing because of feminism shows you that feminism is literally killing the human race. Do you understand that? Killing the human race. Because when one gender decides to act like the other gender and no sex, no marriages, no intercourse is happening because, oh, you need to go out there and you need to be a boss bee and you need to work on your career. And yeah, I'll have one kid when in order for a society to actually strive and survive, you need 2.2 kids per family. That's not happening. So, in essence, the act of feminism is killing the human race. Let that sink in. You all say that, oh, the patriarchy, this, the patriarchy. The opposite is worse. South Korea is no longer able to sustain its population. In 100 years, they will fail to exist because all of their women decided that they're going to go out and be happy and get a big job and die alone. Yeah, that's what's happening And that's what's coming to the West. And it's not just happening in the West, my friend. Okay? It's happening in the Caribbean. Let's listen to the Caribbean girls, man. I love how my Caribbean people love to express themselves.
The men are different.
The
men are
nicer,
much more respectful.
Respectful now, because like before you could like you be dancing and then after a while you gotta turn back like who the heck is this? No, I could be pushing back like he gonna come. Right? Like I here doing the most work.
Sir, grab
like,
this wine.
No, but it's true. They ain't come to for wine no more. Like they stand up watching.
The whole touching thing, because I always used to have an SVD and used to make me so annoyed when you pass people, they gotta touch you.
Yeah,
especially the men. Now,
nobody
they
hands
don't
up,
even
girl.
come at all. I was surprised when somebody come behind me.
Honestly,
it was very shocking.
I'm kind of confused that you guys sound like you're upset. You don't get
because
bum rushed
now
anymore.
Look, when we used to get touched, it was annoying.
You wanted to get bum rushed.
No, but you go into the complete opposite side. You need a balance. Don't touch me up disrespectfully.
Right.
Pull up on me.
Pull up on me. Pull up on me. Yeah. When men used to pull up on you, guess what happened? You tell him he disrespectful. Then you start adopting the whole Me Too movement out of America. Now look what happened. No man want to come rub up on you. No man whining up on you. You're not backing up. Before in my day, you back up. You always back up at any point. Some man was going to be right behind you, whining on that blood. And guess what now? You have nobody whining on you. And now you're complaining. This is what happens when you adopt this stupid American Western ideal. You keep that shit out of the Caribbean, man. You all like follow foreign people too much. That's the problem. Everybody want to talk about, oh, we going to be like America. All right, I went Caymanian there on you. Point is that this is a problem. If you want to kill off a small island, you start this shit. Because that's what's going to happen. Because we can't, when I say we, meaning Caribbean countries, islands that are this small, you stop having your babies, the population get wiped out really quick. And it will be replaced by the tourists and the foreigners coming in. So watch yourselves. I want to read a few comments from that. It hit really close to home, eh? Shade Acres 54 said, OMG, fellas, we can't do nothing right. Women don't even know what they want. And this has been the problem from day one. Women never know what they want. They're always following each other. You're always following the people that making the most noise. And it's usually the idiots that make the most noise. So everybody all you women end up following the idiots. It blows my mind. Le Yumi said, why not just go up to him and speak like a regular person instead of trying to send mating signals like a bird? Because listen, it used to work in the past. A woman start whining, she throw 2 glands left and right. A man know that he should be in there. All right, he just come up behind her slowly, throw off 2 whines on her body, and guess what? If she like him, she'll push back. If she don't like him, she'll glare at him and walk off and move off. That's the way it was done. But nowadays, no, you don't get close to these women. Nope, no. It's not worth it, my friend. Sexual harassment, them call it now. Nope. Gentlemen, I understand you 100%. Adonis Black Superman said, translation, hey men, the things I used to complain about you doing, why would you stop doing it now? Please do it again so I have something to complain about again. Exactly. This is Michael said, don't touch me, but pull up on me. SXM Brian said, was at a SVD, can confirm. If I don't get a dance invitation confirmation, I'm minding my business with my overpriced, watered down mixed drink. Ah, man, that's funny. So for those of you that don't know, SVD means soca versus dance hall type party. And, we go out there, we wind up, we rub up, we get close to women. One of the beautiful things I love about being Caribbean is that we're very sexually open. Sexuality is something that we do openly. We rub up on each other. We're very, very touchy-feely. Well, It used to be during my days because obviously things are changing these days. So, of course, I've been off of that market now for 20 odd years. So, yeah. But, hey, it is painful to see that even that culture in the Caribbean is changing. Let's see how else women are complaining about these things.
You know what I want to talk about, you guys? So I live in New York, specifically Brooklyn, and I be outside, enjoying summer as I should. And I've been going to the block parties, all of that good stuff. The day parties has been a time. But the problem is the men just stare at you. They just stare at you the whole time. They don't approach you. They don't want to get to know you. They don't want to, oh, do you want to drink? It's just a staring contest the whole time. I'm trying to figure out, how am I supposed to meet my future husband if the men are not approaching? Because I'm not approaching a man. Like, it's giving the men want to be chased now. That's what it's giving, and I don't like it.
They're not approaching you online. They're not approaching you in public. They're not approaching you in the Caribbean. They're not approaching you in New York City. They're not approaching you in Japan. They're not approaching you anywhere in the world. We have a crisis. This is what happens when you put women in charge. Chaos. Chaos. That's all I'm saying. The evidence is there. It's not me. It's not me saying it. I'm just reporting the facts. Chaos. And why? Why is it? Let's look at some examples, because this is where the problem comes in. This is what's turning men off.
I stayed at the hotel that all the spring breakers was at. 17 of them, it's all like a frat house, come all together. I bent over a doggy and they all just lined up and went one after the other. I wanted to film with as many as possible, and I've only got so many holes and so much time. So I went on Instagram and TikTok and said, hey, I'm in room 4552S. Come and meet me. I just let them queue up down the hallway.
For what?
To fuck me. Spit on it.
I think I know. What's a toilet slave?
A subscriber asked if he could be my toilet slave, which basically means every time I go to the toilet, to say I've just been, he wants to clean me, look after it. So instead of using toilet roll, he wants to lick me.
How much are you making off OnlyFans?
It's between 300 and 350,000 a month.
A month?
300,000 per month. Let's just say she even exaggerating and said 30,000 a month. That is still ridiculous amount of money. And look at her. She looks like that girl I would take home to mama. But that's what men have to deal with in a sexually liberated society. Imagine calling that your wife. Which relationship that she's going to ever be happy in? Ever. Yes, she will be old. She will be 50, alone. Yeah, if she spends her money right, if she invests her money right, she will have her Lamborghini, she will have her nice house, but she will be alone, doing exactly what she's doing right now, getting drilled out by Tom, Dick, and Harry. And I can tell you, getting dick down in your 20s versus getting dick down in your 50s is not the same. It gets old, my friends. Ladies, it gets old. Because one dick rubbing in and out is just like any other dick. Once you have enough of them, once you've had enough of them, it's just another rubbing piece of flesh inside you. That's it. Because if it's not meaningful, if the relationship isn't meaningful, it has no value. It's just a piece of flesh going in and out of you with just some warm puddles inside. I don't want to get too graphic, but she did. Point is, it loses its value once the excitement stops, once you've had enough, because you can have enough. Trust me. This is what else men have to put up with.
Hey, it's funny. Okay. You say he came to pick up Summer, but his PlayStation hooked to the TV.
I said he came over yesterday.
And why was he here yesterday?
To come chill with Summer.
He back here today at 12 a.m. to pick up Summer. His PlayStation still hooked to the TV. 3 days after you told me I had to leave because you needed to focus on you and your career.
So I was paying for everything. I'm not going to have
When were you? You were not paying for everything.
But to co-parent. What are you talking about?
Co-parent? You had a parent in the house. What you talking about co-parenting? I taught her how to talk. I taught her how to use the pot. I taught her how to walk. And you talking about you had a co-parent with this guy who didn't want to be a parent?
I never said that you couldn't be in her life, but quite frankly, we're not going to be together. I didn't want to be with you.
You want to be with him.
Women who are single mothers need to confront women like her because she's the reason why almost no guy will tolerate single mothers. Guys also don't want to take care of another man's kids, but this right here is causing guys who are all right with it to not be all right with it.
Gentlemen, no single mothers. If you do not have kids, do not even look at a single mother beyond recreational use only. I hate to say that as a man whose mother was divorced. She had to leave a drunk, addictive ex-husband and married my father, but my father took in 4 of her kids. He took her over with 4. But you know what? She submitted to my father, because back then, women understood the value of a good man. And he didn't have shit. He was just a lonely laborer bartender. That was it. But she understood her position as a mother. She understood that she was lucky to find a good man to work with her and build with her. And they went on to have another 4 kids. Yeah, so my friends, it can be done. But ladies, what you are bringing to a man in today's day and age, this whole feminist ideal, and I didn't need a man until now I need one because I have 2 kids or 3 kids by 2 or 3 different baby daddies. Your mindset is what's disrupting your ability to find a good man, to stay with you. And this is it. This is it. So I have no choice but to recommend men stay away from single mothers. Let's look at another example of why men are staying away right now.
What would you tell a man how to deal with an angry woman? What would you say?
Don't. The world does not owe you understanding, and your problems are your own. You should be expected to be addressing the issues that you know exist. And if you're dealing with an adult that doesn't even know they have issues, you need to move on.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to know you have issues and you're doing something about it. It's another thing to have them and not doing anything about it.
That's not how conversations would usually go. So anybody
the way conversations would usually go is men would have to kiss women's butt and try to tap dance around your feelings and emotions that they didn't have nothing to do with. And I accept it because that's what you say. Women don't like to be told what to do, and we like to be told in a certain way. That means men who are outside of you, who ain't had nothing to do with you, got to treat you tenderly. And that ain't going to fly on me because these men got to live their own life.
And I would tell any man that dealing with an angry woman, do not deal with her. Here's the problem that we have in today's society. Women are now becoming much more aggressive and masculine. But what has not happened is that they have not been taught stoicism to control their emotions. That's the problem. So now we have an aggressive, emotionally charged woman who has no idea how to control those emotions. Women always complain, oh, I want a man that's emotionally available. No, you don't. No, you do not want a man that's emotionally available. And when I say emotionally available, it's that they want men to show emotions. Men are taught from a very young age, boy, suck it up, get up, deal with it, suck it up. Cut that out, stop that crying. Stoicism. You have to understand, boys were taught to be stoic. Control those emotions, keep it under control. Because if that doesn't happen, you become an explosive force. When men get upset and angry, he takes it out on the football field, boxing ring, martial arts, hiking, anything physical. That is why it's important for men to stay physically active, because he gets that out as a man. That's how he gets rid of the frustration, the aggression. Women don't have those outlets. It comes out here viciously, vicious. Her tongue is sharp. It's deadly because she has no idea how to control her emotions. And now because she's acting more like a man, this is what you get. It comes out physically.
Man, this is what I got to deal through with somebody like this. Somebody that's disrespectful. This is the type of shit you got to deal with, man, when a motherfucker work hard every motherfucking day.
I work hard every day. I go to
every
work
motherfucking day.
Every motherfucking day. Fucking car note.
Right?
I'm the reason
every
why you got
motherfucking day.
that fucking house.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, you can do that? You can do that? What you mad about, though? What you mad about, though? What you mad about? What you mad about? This is what I gotta do with. So anybody that see this shit, just know this is a witness.
That come run up on me.
Look, ugly and she fat as a bitch.
And this is a prime example of why I'm always going to advocate for you guys. Get your own shit. You see what she did? I paid this car note. I put the security deposit on when you stayed because you didn't have the money. You didn't have this. I did this for you. I did that for you. When you're picking women because you need them, because you don't have your basic life skills in order, right? You're always going to run into situations like this, right? Where they feel that they can little boy you. You don't want to be in a position where a woman has the leverage. You either want to always have the leverage or be in a situation where she has no leverage, where I have all my shit covered. I don't need anything from you. Guys, build yourself up. Take your time. Do your due diligence. It's going to serve you better in the end. And if you had your shit together, you probably wouldn't have picked that type of woman anyway. That's what I was trying to explain in a prior video. When you have your shit in order, you can pick women that you want, not women that you need. Stay focused.
This brother brought it home. But I want you guys to stay focused on one simple point. That man is now dealing with an overly aggressive woman that he cannot retaliate with. The reason is because if he blooded her face like she just did to him, he's the one that's going to be behind bars, not her. I'm hoping that this video goes viral where the authorities will see this and say, hey, we need to look at this. I doubt that's going to happen. This man basically needs help. If he thinks that he should stay in that situation when a woman can cut him to make him bleed and then casually go on the phone and talk to her friend or whatever while she's cursing him out in the back of her car being driven, oh man, you can't get any more disrespectful than that. Yes, you drive my ass, I'm gonna beat you. And then I'm going to talk and then put you down on the video that you're trying to record the evidence on. Whew. Gentlemen, get your damn passports. Whew, man. Unbelievable. So that is just a quick demonstration to show you why men are going their own way. Okay? This is why men are no longer interested in women, especially women in the West. So any country who has adopted that Western ideal and that feminist ideal, they're literally going extinct. Japan, what's happening here?
People in Japan are now marrying their friends over romantic partners. Young Japanese people are now engaging in legal unions called friendship marriages. These marriages center around companionship rather than romance or sex. They provide practical benefits such as tax breaks, societal acceptance, and the ability to live together or apart and pursue outside relationships. Couples will openly discuss living arrangements, finances, and even fridge space before tying the knot to ensure compatibility. Japan's first friendship marriage agency, called Coloris, has facilitated around 500 marriages since 2015, with some even raising children. The agency reports around 1.24 million people are possible candidates for such an arrangement. The average participant is 32.5 years old, well-educated, and financially stable. Around 70% of friendship marriages aim to have children.
That is the weirdest shit ever. So, the Japanese culture has always been a little bit different. But this is just a whole different level of different. So you're marrying your friend, but wouldn't you do that if you were going into a real marriage? So what they're saying is we're not marrying for love. We're marrying because we see you as a friend. So apparently, they can still have girlfriends and boyfriends on the outside of this union. And they can still have kids for those people on the outside, but they'll take care of it together because they're friends. That is just some weird shit. I can't lie. That is just some mixed up crap. One thing I learned about Japanese culture from a very young age, usually when couples come together and get married, love couples, you know, normal love relationships, and they have a kid together, they become family. So the sexual interest between these couples usually die off, wane away. Men spend most of their life, their sexual life, outside in brothels and other women. And the women pretty much do the same thing. I know this because I remember back in the day, a lot of guys used to leave from Jamaica, go over to Japan, and used to become male prostitutes, lovers for a lot of these wealthy Japanese women. These black men Oh, they used to go over there and clean up. Used to send that money back to Jamaica, build big houses, have a great time. I remember this happening way back in the late 80s, 90s. Now, they're now marrying their best friends. It's like, wow. You can't make this shit up. I don't know how else to put it, man. But the point is that something has to be done, because just like South Korea, Japan is a dying society. They are no longer producing enough kids to repopulate their country. So more old people are dying rather than repopulation is occurring. It's weird as hell, my friends. Let's hear a couple of comments. Matlock71 says, so a healthy relationship? Exactly. That's what I see, you know. But Trizzy said, if we're both single when we're 30, ... Yeah. 8Buddy8Tune says, this is all to a woman's benefit. Laughing. Don't know. So, Elizabeth Overstreet, would you marry your friend? And this was a poll that went out. 76% of people said yes. 24% said no. Out of 9,800 responses. Why wouldn't you marry your friend? It's the best thing to do. I don't know. I'm still trying to understand relationships as I get older, man. Wow. But things are getting weird. Pretty Simple Music said, strangely, I could rock with this. Then again, that one horny night could ruin everything. Crying. Somebody responded to him. Yeah, that is understandable. I don't know, my friends. You let me know what you think, but it just gets crazy and crazy the more I read about this stuff, man. Let's listen to one more woman.
My eyebrow girl gave me the best line to use if a guy keeps staring at you but won't come up and say anything to you. I am in this predicament, so I was like, Yamita, I need help. And she is a bad bitch. And I knew that she would know what to do. She was like, next time he's near you, just say, I see you peeking but not speaking. And I was like, I love that, because kind of calling them out for what they're doing. And you're making the first move by talking to them first. It's funny. It's clever. It's a recipe for success.
Women are the worst at making moves. I bet you if a man ever said something like that, she would say, oh my God, that's so corny. That is so corny. Point is that women have no idea how difficult it is to make a cold approach. They have none. It just blows my mind. But they better start learning, because men have had enough. Passport bros are at an all-time high. And then the rest of the men are just saying, nope, 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 no. MGTOW. Men going their own way. Let's listen to this other young lady. We'll finish up with this one.
You know, my brother was telling me about how in the gym, guys don't really approach girls, which, good. Don't approach me. Don't talk to me. Thank you. But so then I was like, if we're supposed to approach guys, how do you know when a guy wants to be approached by a girl? You know? Like, because girls, we'll give like the little ojitos, we'll give little signs. Like, you know, it'll be like we'll keep looking back. They're like, ah. But how do you know? Like, if you're a guy and you saw a pretty girl and you wanted her to talk to you because you don't want to talk to her, what do you do? Please let me know. That's what I'm curious about. Thank you.
It blows my mind. Yeah, so guys are not approaching us at the gym anymore. Okay, great. Don't do that. Don't approach us. But how do we approach them? All men want to be approached. Men are not the one that are rude and dismissive. Men are polite. Men are going to say, you're dusty, you're broke. No. Men going to just say, hey, sorry, I'm not interested. Hey, I got a girlfriend. Yeah, I'm not interested. Simple. That's what men do. Men don't insult you. Men don't put you down. Men don't call you out online. Men don't record you and then post you online and say, oh, look at him trying to do this or trying to do that. Would you believe he made a move at me? No. Men don't do that. There is no me too. Most of the men, especially the ones that you want or even the ones that you don't want, are good, solid, decent men. And I'm going to leave it at that. Give me a thumbs up on this video on your way out. Guys, please subscribe if you haven't already. Get me over on Instagram. If you have a quick question, by all means, send me a voice message on Ask an Older Man. But if you want to book a session with the older man, you have something deep, you need something to get off your chest, you need mentoring, you need help with your YouTube channel, whatever, get over on askanolderman.com, book a session, half an hour, 1 hour. Let's have a conversation. All right? So until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.